Okay, everyone, how's it going? Yesterday I got a question on one of my videos. It was, can you talk about overclocking? How do you do it? Why would you? And how would you know if your computer would be able to pull it off? He says that his computer is very similar to the $1,200 build I posted before, and he thanks me in advance. Generally, overclocking isn't recommended for any kind of beginners. You have to get comfortable with your PC and understand the basics of overclocking before you even attempt it. The way you know if your processor can be overclocked is most newer AMD ones are unlocked, so you can overclock those with no problems. Intel, on the other hand, has a locked processor and an unlocked processor. For instance, the i7-3770 is a locked processor, and the i7-3770K is an unlocked processor. So if it has the K at the end of the word, at the end of the name of the CPU, that means it's unlocked. You can overclock it. Um, Overclocking really isn't too difficult, but like I said, you're going to want to be comfortable with your computer. You're also going to want a pretty decent cooling solution. I felt it was relevant to talk about this because I'm in the process of overclocking my i3 right now. To show you guys, let me see. Here we go. Let that load up. In the process of overclocking my i3. Right now, I think I have it at 3.55 gigahertz. That means, this, as you can see right here, the stock speed is 2.93. It's at 3.551. I'm steadily increasing it. It does require more power the more you overclock it, so I'm kind of like trying to balance it out, make it stable. Right now it's completely stable, so my computer will run on 3.5 with no problems. I'll show you this. Show you my temperatures. As you can see, right now the max we're hitting is about 52, and that's with a half a gigahertz overclock. I know that's not with any kind of load on it, but I did run Prime 95 with 4 tests back to back to back, and I think I reached 63 at the max. The most I'm willing to push this thing is probably going to be somewhere around 80, so mid 70s to 80s is where I'm going to stop temperature wise. I did add a water cooler. It's the Antec Cooler H2O 620. It's a pretty good cooler. I mean, for having this kind of an overclock on my system, it's keeping it decently cool. And so let me go back to answering your questions, like specifically. So how do you do it? You're gonna have to look up your specific processor and motherboard, like how to do it. The basics, I'll link it down below. There's a pretty good article on how to overclock your processor. The guy talks about it really well. He gives the basics to even the makes it understandable to even beginners. So I'm gonna link that down below. Why would you do it? Plain and simple, more performance out of the same CPU as long as you have a good cooling solution. How would you know if your computer can pull it off? Like I said, if you have an Intel, make sure it has a K at the end of the end of the name of the processor for the newest generation. If you have an AMD, you're more than likely able to overclock. Uh, and yeah, that's about it for overclocking wise. Like I said, check the link below. It's pretty basic knowledge. Like he talks about, you need to set your base clock and your voltage and all that. So without getting into too much depth, that's why you would overclock, is to increase your performance of your PC for no additional cost as long as you have a good cooler. But that's it for today, guys. Later.